Today I'll be making a mango coconut ice cream. My base is going to be coconut cream. I'm going to use a fresh mango, a little bit of lemon juice and lemon zest, some fresh coconut, maybe like a 1/4 cup, and also like a 1/4 cup of macadamia nuts, a little bit of coconut extract. I'm going to use a little bit of coconut milk, unsweetened, and for emulsification a little bit of cottage cheese. I might put a little oat milk in it if I need to fill it up because I don't have that much coconut milk left, but we'll see. A little bit of salt and sugar to taste. I'm going to use Splenda today, but you can use whatever sweetener you like. So I'm going to start by blending up cut up mango with the coconut milk and the coconut cream and all of the extras, the flavorings and the nuts and the coconut and the salt, and actually everything. I'm going to blend everything together and then put it in the creamy pint. Now I'm using a deluxe, so this is not quite big enough, but that's okay because I'll make kind of a rich tasting base, and then I'll add a little bit of either the oat milk or the coconut milk. So I'll get started by filling this, cutting up the mango to start. I've cut up my mango, and I should have mentioned you could use frozen. It's probably a lot easier. I'm not very good at cutting up mango, so it's just not very fun, but as I was cutting it, I tasted it and it's delicious. It's not that sweet, so probably a good idea to taste your mango to see, just so you have a general idea of how much sugar you're going to need to add. As I said, this is not going to fill up the whole deluxe pint, so I'm going to do it in batches. I'm going to start by putting my coconut milk, which is kind of like, it doesn't have a lot of fat in it. I'm going to put about that much in, and then I'm going to blend it, put it in the pint, and then I'm going to do my other thing in a different batch. I blended this all up nice and smooth, so now I'm going to pour it into my pint container. It doesn't have to be perfectly all smooth. It's going to get chopped up after it freezes anyway, but that's the way I did it, so it's fine. Now I'm going to add my coconut milk. I'd say probably about half of this. And I stirred it before I poured it to make sure that it got all blended. As an early birthday gift, I got some Tahitian pure vanilla. So I'm really excited to try this. So I'm going to put a little bit in there. It smells delicious. I'd say about a teaspoon. Of course, I can add more later. I'm going to add my macadamia nuts, my fresh shredded coconut, unsweetened. You can do sweetened as well, you'll just add less sugar. A little bit of coconut extract, maybe like 5 drops. A little bit of salt. I can add the salt at any point, and a little bit of cottage cheese. Get a spoon, maybe like a scoop. You're not going to taste it. I just like to put it in most of my ice creams because I find that it comes out a lot creamier. It's a nice flavor. Now I'm ready to blend this. Then I'll put it all together and do my final touches of adding sugar, lemon juice, all the rest of and anything else that it needs. So now that this is all blended up, I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to add my sugar. So I've got 3/4 of a cup measured out, but I'm not going to add it all. I'm going to add maybe half of it. I'm going to stir this up, taste, and then I'll adjust my seasonings. I might, if it's really a strong flavor, I might add some oat milk. If it needs more flavor, I might add one of these seasonings, like maybe more vanilla, more coconut. I might need to add more sugar, but it's always a good idea to taste as you go. I'm not quite up to the top, so that's good because I've got a little bit of room for different things. If it tastes great, I still might add a little bit of the oat milk just to get it to the top. So let's take a little taste. It's really good. I think it's very tasty right now, but sometimes when things freeze, they lose a little bit of the flavor. So I'm gonna add a little bit more lemon juice, lemon zest, and a little bit more sugar, and a little bit more of that vanilla. It's got a really nice flavor, but I wanna make sure that flavor pops after it freezes. After adding a few things, a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more sugar, this is ready to freeze. It tastes great. After 24 hours, this has quite a lump on the top. It's interesting how sometimes they form a lump and sometimes they don't, but it's fine. All you have to do is take a spoon, scrape off the top. You don't have to make it perfectly flat, but you just don't want a huge mound because it might ruin the blade. This one is made with coconut milk, so I'm just gonna spin it on regular ice cream setting. After the first spin, it looks kind of like snow. It's really frosty. That's fine. I'm just gonna take a spoon, go around the edges. Looks like it's almost ready, I can tell. So to me, that means it does not need liquid, and it probably needs either one mix-in or one respin. I think I'm gonna do respin. Sometimes it's hard to tell because I don't want to overspin it, but I think it'll be good and nice and creamy with the respin. After hitting the respin, it's still not quite ready. So I'm gonna do that again with my spoon, go around the edge. And as I'm going around the edge, I'm gonna mash it down a little bit and see. I think I'm gonna do it one more time on respin because it's still pretty flaky. And earlier I had said that I wasn't gonna need to add liquid, but since I ran it through the respin and it's still not there, I am gonna add a little bit of milk. You have the option of adding juice, milk, or cream, or you could add coconut milk, but I'm gonna just do milk and try it again. After I added that liquid, it's perfect. So now I'm ready to serve it. So you can always tell when you're scooping it out, it's perfect. It's got just enough so it doesn't fall off, but you can get it off. This is what it looks like. And now it's time to taste. It's good. It's creamy and very tropical. I don't think the mango or the coconut overpowers each other. It's a nice blend. So it's good for a summer day. It's pretty light. It feels light anyway.